This is a sad day. This is a tragic day. The loss of one of our first ever colonists, if I'm not mistaken, our first ever non-starting colonist. Sweet Boozax. Sweet, precious Boozax, who single-handedly defended Castle Gooseborn from thousands of snakes. 2,000 snakes. 2,500 snakes. Legends will speak throughout time of the immortal Boozax who saved us from 4,000 snakes. But now we begin preparations for the Golden Tomb of Boozax, and we're going to lay this man to rest. Of course, a lot of people rightly pointed out that he was an adopted child of Ungus Bungus and Chut Rock. Should he not be allowed to also take his place in the Ungus family dynasty tomb? And you know what? In principle, I absolutely agree. He was much a child of Ungus and Chut Rock as much as their own flesh and blood. But I want something grander. I want something that will stand the test of time. Some people even said bury him in his forge, but I think the world should look upon the Golden Tomb of Boozax and let out a smile. Now let's address the elephant in the room. And by elephant, of course, I mean Admus. People asked why I didn't send in Disaster, why I didn't send anyone else, and the truth is we didn't need it because Admus could have not only single-handedly taken out all those snakes without so much as a scratch, he could have probably taken out infinite amounts of snakes without so much of a scratch, because this guy is horribly, horribly overpowered. I'm not going to go into every single one of these, but you can see even at a glance, he's overpowered. Perfect immunity, scarless, archive metabolism, ageless, deathless, fast runner, tox immunity, low sleep, robust. This guy has some crazy custom stuff too, and this is from the, again, the Hunterphage Xenotype mod. It's a very cool mod with a lot of style. The balance isn't right for this mod pack. Let me be clear. This is something that would take on Void and probably not break a sweat. To put it in perspective, this guy has plus 150 to his hit chance and dodge chance. What that means, in very simple terms, is unless the enemy has an increased hit chance, like Boozax and Bungus did, which is why we were able to take him prisoner in the first place, this guy will not only always hit everybody all the time, but he will always dodge everybody all the time. He's got Natural Hunter that gives him a massive amount of stat bonuses. He's got Natural Killer that gives him all sorts of extra bonuses. I don't think he really needs the extra hit chance and dodge chance there, but there we are. Blade Heart gives him a bunch of stuff. Hyper Healing gives him a bunch of stuff. To put it in simple terms, let's just have a look at the stat page here. The man's got 255% injury healing factor. He learns everything 3 times as fast as regular people. And because here in UnRimworld, social impact is increased by 5 times as much, because of course they live 22 times less than the regular person. This guy, with all of his benefits, plus the scenario, has 3,200% social impact. Oh, and you remember how I spent years and years doing research, growing vegetables, refining potions, spending an entire character's life creating all the resources we need to make Disaster a super soldier? Yeah, about that. Her melee DPS is half of what Admus's is after all of that. What am I going to do about it? I'm certainly not going to get rid of him. I'm going to be a little more reluctant to use him because he is very, very overpowered. What I have done is removed the xenotype from being able to spawn. That way, this guy is a one-of-a-kind. Maybe, much like Disaster, his own faction had some awful, horrifying experiments that they did to him, and he came out a monster, just like she did. I'm going to take a look at the Xenotype properly in a future series, but that's why I've been saying over and over that Boozax deserves to be called the hero there, because for this guy, that was just a Tuesday. For Boozax, that was the most important and epic moment of his life, and I don't want to undersell it. This is like me and Usain Bolt running the 100 meters and me actually finishing, despite the fact that I'm a gamer who sits on my ass all day, and then everyone else being like, well, Mr. Streamer, you didn't run as fast as Usain Bolt, though, did he? Yes, he died. I get it, but he died a goddamn hero, not overshadowed by anything. You know what might be cool? Making this guy, like, melee only, as in, like, use your fists and that's all you're allowed. Even then, well, can I still see his DPS? That's not like... Oh my god, Andy's sick? And he had food poisoning. Bruh. He's even stronger than I thought. He's at 72% consciousness. Take all those stats I just showed you and multiply them out by another 30%. That's insane. Well, don't multiply by 30% because obviously that's not how maths works, okay? Oh my god, that couldn't be any more perfect. You remember how I said maybe Disaster is becoming a little bit of a heretic? Embracing the goose rather than the rocks, and I mean, look at her. She was born surrounded by geese, where her sister and her descendants were touched by the rocks. She was almost rejected. She was rejected by the rocks. She was infected by space worms. She might have been a demon child this whole time, and now she's rejecting the rocks. I'm not going to force this story element, but I love it, and if it happens, I'm happy with it. Just weird little, like, goose worshippers up in the mountains who have rejected the rocks. That would be kind of cool. And here she comes with the very final chunks of gold. This is 1,000 gold. This could be many, many powerful weapons for our people, but instead we're spending it on Somebody who I think deserves it more than anyone else. Go, Roxanne. Let's get that heroic memorial built. And this is, of course, dedicated to her father. There it is. Look at that. That looks amazing. And the best part is it looks just like him. That's the Boozax I remember. Now, yes, we could just immediately bury him in the gold sarcophagus, and I think that would be pretty good. I think instead, though, let's have the parties. Let's have the social festivals. Let's do everything we can to get our Reformation points up. Oh, fun, spectacular. Have the fair. Get us those mood boosts, and Mouse. You little weirdo. A rousing leader speech from Roxanne to bring back the people to rally them after the loss of her father. She collapsed mid-speech. She is sleep-talking to the people. That's how dedicated she is to the rocks. You can learn a lot from Roxanne. And then in honor of her departed, dearly departed father, we shall let off some mighty sky lanterns to honor his memory. Oh my god. Disaster went catatonic. Because Cowa died. Her belief in the rocks was broken at the death of her husband, and now with the death of her son, or I suppose the other way around, she's passed out. I wonder what will happen while she dreams. Maybe that heresy grows. I'm not sure, but you know what? She's gonna fade away. She's gonna fade away into that coma watching these lanterns, departing in memory of her husband. Oh my god, Roxanne too. Colonists left unburied. We're working on it. All you had to do was get through this. Okay. Whew, we got some friendly visitors. Hello. They were amazed by your spectacle, and I hope they'll get to participate next time. They'll visit and leave a gift. Ah, Mami Hattori and Ayako Araya, both elves from the Eastbourne Empire. We've got Victoria wanting to join us. Victoria, fine. Okay, we need some new blood in the colony. Or not. Well, Victoria, hello. On the plus side, we got 2 points from it because I said I was going to help her, and then she never turned up. That works out fine for me. Let's get this Reformation going, and let's, more importantly, get a funeral in place. Do I want to change anything else right now? I don't think I do. What I think we want to go for is helping other people, charity. I think we drop it right down to, let's not worry about it anymore. Help people if we need to, or more specifically, if we can, if we're comfortable doing that. We got to focus on ourselves. The Sky Burial is over ever since the sacred burial grounds of Ungus were disturbed, and instead, we're going to have a regular, standard funeral. And I've renamed everything back to the way it should be. I don't know if the funerals are retroactive. I thought it was worth a go. Let's see if now when we bury Boozax, we're allowed to have a proper funeral for him. I'm not sure it works because generally they trigger when a character dies. Co-pilot, his oldest child, is really, I think, the only right choice to be the one to bury him here. Oh, and sadly, we can't have the funeral. But like I said, this will be the last time this is ever a problem. Let's read his epitaph. Jugust is coming to a close, dreaming over once again. It's still quiet in this town, and I know everything's has to end. Wow, Boozax. That's so sad. The sarcophagus bears a depiction of Boozax adding surface detail to an amber longsword with a satisfied expression on his face. That is so nice. I'm not reading the rest of it because it ruins it, but that is so nice. Oh, no. Oh, we got a bit of rivalry between Madame Dino Nugget and Landry. Landry has converted. We can finally rename Landry. And who is the other person? Kiari? You still believe in the criminal way, which I've got to get rid of at some point. Oh, you know what? Is it time for a whacking? Who? Are we missing someone? Wait. What happened to Madame's... What up to Anne Mouse? There you are. I'm losing my mind. My god, by the time that he actually got down there to re-equip his staff, it was off of cooldown. Kiri, come here a second. And bonk. 52%? What the hell do you mean 52%? Did you not switch to your staff? Mouse, you have very literally one job in this colony. That is to shoot and to train and to convert people. What the hell do you mean shuttle has arrived? For Boogie Woogie, what the hell do you mean brigands are attacking? Can you not give me a break for 5 minutes? Oh my god. Look at the state of this. That actually is a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. Look at that. That's Raphael. Wait, I see what's happening there. You're wearing the helmet with the bandana on it, but it's exactly the same color as your turtle skin. So it does look just like Raphael. That's incredible. You know what's not incredible? This many raiders. Okay, it's only one group, though. How many are we looking at? 35, and luckily they are just medieval. We didn't get unlucky with pirates immediately, especially given that 2 people are bloody down. Do you kids love science? Let's do some science. Hey, Admus, I'm going to send you in with your fists to go fight these people, and we'll see what happens. Let's see if you're quite so tremendously broken as you look. They do have malnutrition right now, so just bear that in mind. Yeah. Search and destroy. Punch them people. Yeah, I mean, you seem to be doing pretty well. In fact, you seem to have some sort of unarmed attack. I thought not giving you a weapon would make you weaker, but you seem to have some sort of magic. Look at that. That's so cool. I mean, very, very, very overpowered, but my god, you've actually healed back up to full health. The only times they're actually able to hit you, and it's just not bothered you. Okay, there you go. Raid defeated, all thanks to Admus and the towers. The towers are very strong, to be fair. We sunk a lot of resources into that. You didn't take a single piece of damage. The worst thing you had from that was rot stink exposure. So anyway, yeah, a little bit powerful for this situation. I could try and rebalance it for this mod pack, or I could just like chop one of your arms off and call it a day. You know what we could do with it early? A crematorium would be a total game changer, because of course here we are in the industrial era. Concrete pathways, baby. I think... No, I didn't want that. Wait, what? I clicked reroll and then it made me do this. Well, I'm not complaining. I do love concrete. Tech trader, send me that. Oh, let's load this bloody goose up or the swan up or whatever it is before I forget. Thank you, co-pilot. It's nice to have someone reliable around here. What did we get for that again? Advanced component and then a gene pack for grapes. I don't want my people to be grapes. I think they're fine being people. The advanced component's quite nice. Sorry, did I click this without thinking? We got grape skin. As in, like, grape color or, like, actually grape skin? Damn, Dina, you got that grape skin. I'm gonna drink you right down. I don't need grape skin, people in my colony. I've already got enough to whine about. Oh, I totally forgot to double check. Did the baby have any traits when they were born? No, I fixed it. Thank God. That was such a pain in the ass there for a while. An eclipse. Oh, it's a sign. It's a sign that we've been misled by disaster and her non-Roxian ways. What I'm looking for at this stage of the game is not to jump immediately into electricity. We could re-roll and get that pretty fast, no doubt. I think we need, as a lot of people have quite rightly pointed out in the comments, a renaissance. The fancy weapons and furniture and clothing is a cool way to go about that, but the only problem is we haven't really got an alternative other than electricity. I haven't included any chem fuel stuff or Helixian gas stuff or any of the normal things I include, because this is UnRimworld. That's kind of the point. I guess we could just go early electricity. I do feel like we're jumping on it fast, but I mean, look at all this other stuff. What else really is there? They had electricity in the Renaissance, it's fine. Just ask Da Vinci. Madam Dino Nugget Boozax. Bungus will change your last name to Mouse. You son of a bitch, Mouse. That means that the only Bungus once again will be Sir Rodent Tendy Boozax Bungus. God damn you all. Ooh! Just as I'd renamed you as well. Landry is, of course, now a member of our ideology. You are now Carly's Rainbows. Welcome. And I decided, look, I'd rename you early because I had it there, and you're gonna convert in a second anyway. Nightshade. Very appropriate for the edgy little elf that we have. Oh, that's, like, Ungus's wife? If I'm not mistaken. Oh, Ungus's lover. There you go. Ungus Potato's lover. My God, your child will have the name something Potato Rainbow. That might be the best thing we've got in the colony so far, to be honest with you. Well, there it is. Electricity. It's the basic, most simple form of electricity. We can't do anything with it at all. It basically just unlocks power conduits. That's it. There's no form of power generation. We've just had this idea, this inspiration that maybe there's a way we can get power from one place to another, and we can harness it for various things. And I don't think that's too unreasonable to think that, of course, they would go pretty quickly from medieval to industrial, given that the world at large out there has many factions with industrial power. What have we got next? Let's have a look here. Sterile materials actually would be great. That unlocks fertility procedures eventually. Ooh. Biofuel refining, air conditioning unlocks a smelter, a heater, and a mounted heater. We haven't got any sort of power plant. We need to get one of those, ideally first, I'd say. Toilets. We don't need toilets. Decorative toilets. Oh, well, when you say it like that, you've really convinced me. Okay, maybe I was just getting that out of the way. It's basically a free reroll. I guess we will go sterile materials. That seems like a good thing to invent at this point, especially given that we've got all these strange, different, weird metals, and we've unlocked the secrets of forging magic swords. I feel like a clean floor is probably easier. Oh, not to mention, of course, with the mine shafts, we can probably go and find some silver. If I look at the right building, I could probably answer that question for you. Wowee. Oh, hang on, we don't even need this. If I recall correctly, our other mines have the ability to get silver ore. I suspended it because the problem with this... is I suppose I'd have to go over to our smeltery and then say, oh, you can't say do until X on the smeltery. See, this is the problem. They'll just mine that silver forever. They'll load it into the smelter. It's an infinite job, and I don't really want to do that. Construct sterile tiles to make clean rooms for safer, more effective medical treatment. Maybe this could be inspired by, of course, the death of Boozax, but we've always been a very hospital-focused colony, so that's pretty reasonable, I think. Circuitry. Oh, shit, there it is. Wowie. Sorry? Oh, no. Oh, a machine where pawns with the lactation gene can produce milk. Oh, because they're minotaurs, they're cow people. That's really great. That's really great. Be the first series with that. Oh, man, this propane stuff would be cool. Obviously, we're in the wrong biome for that. Exotic smelter. Doesn't look a huge amount of stuff, though, does it? Like, none of this really helps us at all. We get, like, a power switch. We just still need the actual power production. This is kind of cool. Maybe I'm overthinking it. We don't just get solar panels from electricity or anything like that. We have to research dynamos, semiconductor lights, renewable energy, then get solar panels. There's still a lot of effort that goes into this, and of course, we don't have the standard room solar panels. We have something cooler. I'm not going to show that off yet, though. Even though, like, a lot of these research looks as if they don't give us anything. I thought that's because this is UnRimworld and they don't lead to anything, of course. That's not actually true. They're just prerequisites. It's just really broken the research down. I like that a lot. Okay, in that case, semiconductor lights it is. Let's do it. I do feel it's a little bit mad going for, like, semiconductors before we've even got basic electricity, but that's okay. It's just in weird order. Just some things are in a bit of a strange, weird order. That's okay. This is UnRimworld, of course. We don't have to do steam engines and Stirling engines and big coal-fired power plants or anything like that before getting to this stuff. We can do it however the hell we want. What have we got for me, then? Melee weapons would be cool. Oh, my God. Oh, look at this. Hunterphage adds a bunch of very powerful melee weapons. Holy shit. Thrombo does 7 damage per second to put it into perspective. Wowie. Those are insane. Absolutely insane. We're gonna have to... Oh, Jesus Christ. We're gonna have to house rule this model a little bit, because a lot of this stuff is kind of nuts. That gives plus 100 carry capacity. Jesus. Hey, how about chemical tools? And I like the idea of chemical tools maybe being a bit of a prerequisite to us learning about electricity. We're going to experiment a bit. Oh my God, we cut down so many trees you can see the burial site, and Gert's still there. Could I open it and give her a burial in the Bungus tomb? If we smash it, maybe it'll... If I say deconstruct, hold on. Whoa, 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 whoa. Maybe there's a redemption arc for Gert. Because I feel terrible that she didn't get a proper burial. Maybe her spirit still haunts these lands. And for a generation, her body's been sat out there rotting, not getting the proper burial that it deserves, like Ungus and her ancestors. So let's give her a burial along with her family. Maybe this will help. This will definitely help. This will help mitigate some of our bad luck, because that's definitely what's causing it. And chemical experimentation, I like it. This apparel is probably quite powerful, I'd assume. Yeah, it's as good as cataphract gear. Jesus. Jesus Christ. Dynamos. Release to renewable energy and toxifier generators. Oh, we've got, again, circuitry, which I imagine we should probably be going for anyway. Maybe we just go for it, but we don't have to immediately build a massive solar power plant. We can build up to it. That's okay. This is all just theoretical research until we actually build it, right? This is Mecha Nugget looking at those other factions, trying to work out how all this shit works. That doesn't mean our builders know how to do it. And there it is, electricity. But I think with this, we're jumping into things still a little bit too fast. So I went away and did a little thinking, and by went away, I mean I went to bed. It was like 3 a.m. Okay, I've got to get my beauty sleep. Now, in the Ohm series, I thought, look, we had steam power that bridges the gap between medieval and industrial, right? And then, of course, in, I was going to say base game Rimworld, but it might as well be. In the vanilla expanded mods, there are, of course, chem fuel mods now and Elixian gas. That fills that gap very, very nicely in what will be Generations 2. But what do we have for this one? And then I thought, magic. Why not embrace magic? I went into the temperature, for example. Well, what would you solve with electricity? You wouldn't need to worry about cold snaps or... funnily enough, heat waves. And then it occurred to me, we basically have a kind of powerful solution to that powerful, in a literal context of it needing power, in that we've got hot and cold crystal balls. But of course, a big benefit to the industrial era, right, is powered turrets. Well, we've got bombard pylon, lance pylon, spray pylons. We need a lot of sapphires for that. That means we won't need the ballistas. I know we've got the arrow towers. They're quite powerful, I will admit. And then we've got lamps, so I don't need to build windows to make this base freezing cold or exceptionally hot all the time. I can stop putting the baby in the prison. I said that the magic was just for Castle Goosebomb, but they've got their own kind of cool aesthetic rolling out already. What if the rest of the base embraces magic and tech and they stay stuck in the medieval age? This could also tie into a bit of division in the colony. Buzak's made that magic book that he gave to his daughter. She might want to share the magic with the rest of the colony, but Disaster might want to keep it for the goose people. Hilda. How many people have we got? We've got 13. That's not many people. You know what? I will take Hilda. A cadet named Hilda, in fact. Where is she? Hello. Oh, what are you? It's a spider lady. Oh, amazing. And she bought her own pickaxe. Oh, shit. She's only 15. Hello there. Artistic 7, good melee, good shooting, entomophagus. She eats insect meat and prefers to eat insect meat. We're out luck here. Deep sleeper, nearsighted. Oh, for God's sake. Hilda, where are you running off with that tiny child? It's okay, she's putting it in the family tomb. It's a bit early for that one, but okay. Thank you. I appreciate you trying to help. Oh, she just didn't want to listen to it cry. I get it. Now, I've rebalanced the quarry because there were some things that weren't added that should have been, and some things that were added that definitely should not have been. Like, for example, components and steel ingots. I removed those, and iron ingots, too. We're only supposed to be able to get ores. There was also things like germanium, for whatever reason, on there twice, which explains why we got loads of that, and then not enough of anything else. So, in theory, now, when they mine in the quarry, we should be able to find the gems that we need to... they are mineable, like I said. I think rubies and emeralds and sapphires are on there, but none of the other ones. That might be by design, but I want a magic base. What we really need is citrine, and that's been on the quarry list since the very beginning. It was just a 0.01% chance of actually finding this stuff. Ooh. That did unlock a power source. Rotting gas generator. Oh my God. Holy shit. Hold on a second. I love the idea that Mecha Nugget, Buzak's Bungus, and all the other colonists got so pissed off with smelling these stinky, stinky people, they were trying to find a way to get rid of the gas and accidentally invented power. That's genius. That's such a cool way to do power as well. So it absorbs nearby rotting gas from the surrounding area. So if we were to put that, like, that's fresh and not refrigerated. Hold on, do these always put out gas? So what I'm saying is, if we were to freeze this, would we be able to effectively tap an unlimited power source with rotten meat? That's what the rotfish drop when they attack you. That's kind of fun. Huh. I mean, it's not the electricity I wanted, but it certainly is very UnRimworld. The base is going to be powered by pure stink. This is a gamer moment. In that case, let's do a little bit of experimentation here. Okay, hold on. Let's throw down maybe another wall for a power plant. I guess? It's too early to go into it. They need to experiment with it first, I think. And Roxanne, of course, seeing her darling grandchild, so rodent Tendy Buzak's Bungus, seeing him constantly being upset about the heat and being totally uncomfortable wherever we put him, I think she'd want to use some of her magic, which is fire magic, by the way. Wherever you put your magic book. Was it called Grimoire? Wherever you put that, hey, go pick that up. Whereas Disaster would want to harness the magic just for combat and killing. I think Roxanne could see the potential of using this magic to... I mean, surely if you can light things on fire with it, why can't you cool things with it? Mouse took a moment to reflect upon themselves for their birthday, which resulted in them developing the annoying voice trait. What do you mean? You've just realized you've got a horribly annoying voice? Just suddenly overnight. Oh, amazing. I've done it, mother, says Mecha Nugget Buzak's Bungus. I found a way to get rid of the rot stink. Ugh. By building this machine, we can destroy the stinky, stinky gas. Oh my God, it's working. It's working. But he had no idea he would make electricity at the same time. Wow. Oh, damn, that thing's good. Okay, hold on. Let's lower the area around it so that we can... No, that was right. So that we can really maximize the gas. But, I mean, if it just needs some gas... Oh, but there isn't any excess, really. Look. Fuel, 28 out of 30. Hold on, we could throw down loads of these if it just sucks up one cloud for one fuel. Mecha Nugget Buzak's Bungus, you are a genius. You are a bestower of great gifts for this colony. Please stop having dinner in someone's house. You don't live there. Now, over the next couple of days, he'll have to think about a way to do something with all that energy. He knows that we're taking the gas and getting rid of the gas, but surely we can do something else with it. And that, I think, is where we'll finally invent some sort of machinery or remote-controlled doors. Not really what I was after. Sir Rodent Tendy Baby Buzak's Bugget Nungus. What's his name? Whatever. Remain colonist. Hello. My God, you're hideous. You look like Jacob Rees-Mogg. Why have you done that? Why do you look like this? Education for this child is my utmost priority because his mother, his useless, terrible, awful mother, no offense, Madam Dino Nugget, Had no education whatsoever, no passions. She didn't give a shit about anything in life. And you know what? Sometimes that happens, okay? Not everybody can be perfect. But we are gonna make you perfect. I'm gonna try. With a name like that, I will accept nothing less than perfection. Get to work. Why are you the only person we're having to... What the fuck are you wearing? Why are kids allowed to wear sheriff hats? Okay, carry on. I don't understand. My God, that's put tears in my eyes. I don't understand why this kid is the only one to have a weakness to heat. Oh, she has a heat weakness too, but she also has cold tolerant, which I guess you're just wearing more, more generous clothing, a linen gi, a linen dress. It's keeping her a lot cooler compared to this tiny child who's wearing a cowboy hat. Okay, hold on. We're gonna have to fire up the tailoring shop and make some kids' clothes. In that case, what have we got here? Make a royal kid kimono. I mean, technically you are. Why can't we make any of this stuff? Oh, it's all leather. So I presume anything left over is like leather and stuff like that. No, you can make sackcloths. I don't know why we would make sackcloths, but you could. Is that it? Is that it right there? What is that? Citrine. That's what we've needed all this time. Oh, God, there's a lot of jade coming out of the quarry, though. This is going to destroy us. It's balanced. It's balanced because it means these raids are going to be unstoppable. We also need to burn down a lot of this wood. Somebody said this is the one problem that will be resolved by the stockpile catching fire. And my God, you're right. Roxanne, bring that book. Oh, it's raining. Okay, wait till tomorrow, Roxanne. Doesn't seem very in tune with nature, but to be fair, we've never technically been in tune with nature. They were just wild people being forced to live in nature. They love animals. That doesn't mean you love trees. And now, in theory, through the power of... Oh, it's just not in the stockpile yet. That's why we couldn't build it. I wonder if we've got some others that I just haven't... Oh, and they can fit on tables and stuff. Oh, that's so useful. You can put it on your calligraphy spot or right on top of your passive cooler. Let's go ahead and shut all the windows then. Because I think we might have a solution to the... Should we just get rid of them? They're not entirely necessary. Either way, we have a solution to the light and the heating problems now. Dedicated freezer would be good. Honestly, I've got to redo the whole dining area. I want to open up a bit more space around the Church of the Rocks and kind of move this building out. Maybe down here, because there's a lot of wasted space, but that's quite far to go for breakfast. I don't really know where to put it. What about the old Bungus house? Turn that into like kitchen dining area? Auto doors already. I love the idea that that's the first thing you invent when you get electricity. Faster doors. That's such a nice mindset. And of course, that leads immediately to teleportation benches. Death rest gives us some sort of battle pump. God knows what that is. Heating elements. Leads to biofuel refining. I mean, a smell, sorry. That could be a cool first workbench to get, because I don't think that's too unbelievable. You take the stinky gas, condense it down to electricity, use that to smelt stuff. That was the whole reason we wanted to get rid of this stinky gas in the first place, right? Honestly, the crematorium would be the real get. Crematorium. What does that say? POTUS accredited... What? Oh, it's the Enclave stuff. I'm going to say, what the hell's the president doing here? What am I looking up? Crematorium. Speaking of president. Because they're old. They're all so old. Apparently, we've already got a crematorium. That's base game Rimworld. Of course, there's no crematorium, you moron. Charcoal crematorium. We've had one all this time. Okay, let's get this somewhere where we can melt people down. Preferably somewhere that won't upset the children. Honestly, I suppose over here. Yeah, this probably couldn't hurt. We'll make like a... This room here. This room here can be our... What do you call it? Like a... When you put like a room where you cremate people, what the hell is that called? I think it's just called a crematorium, isn't it? Anyway, let's throw all the bodies in here, and then the rot that we maybe we put down the crematorium and we put down that in the same place. Or maybe I don't even want to cremate corpses anymore if we can just turn them to electricity. Hold on, but I do want to burn other stuff. I want to melt like crappy apparel and shit. Yeah, but we can just melt it down in the furnace. I don't think we need one. Forget it. You've accidentally found like the ultimate solution here. Mega Nugget Boozax Bungus. Let's move all this over here and make a rotten power plant, I suppose, of course, when they figure out that's what we can do with it. Oh, God, look at how grey his hair is. Oh, no. He still feels like a little baby man, but he's 56. Oh, everybody's got a heat stroke. Okay, we need some of those magic bowls now, please. Do you think we're going to have to keep these constantly refueled with gems, though? Because, to be fair, that's a nice way to knock down our colony wealth, if that is the case. I'll just put the bowl down there. Okay, like a dog bowl. Good news, the magic is done. I don't know what I expected, but a bowl of crystals on the table wasn't really it, I don't think. But I've built them everywhere. I built them everywhere. I was expecting some sort of grand magic looking city, and instead we look like weird astrologists or magic meth heads. It's everywhere. It's every flat surface. It's every house. It's not even that cold. 28C, really? I spent so many... Oh, that one's cold. What's wrong with this one? Oh. Yeah, I think I figured it out. And a marriage. Oh, how lovely. Carly's rainbows and Ungus potato? Was this the start I expected for the industrial era? I'll be honest, probably not. I've got stinky gas and magic bowls of suspicious crystals all over the city. I think now that we've got a good justification for it in my brain, the fact that we accidentally invented electricity looking for a way to get rid of the stink, I think that's a great way to kick things off. Maybe we will focus on just a pure stinky base. Finally put these bloody rotfish raids, which they're not really a problem, they're just kind of a pain in the ass. Put them to good use. I like that. That's incredibly immoral, and that's what we're here for. Thank you for joining me. I guess tomorrow we'll jump in, feet first, but just really go deeper on the industrial and the magic stuff and try and turn this whole city around. Thank you to Yubbin the Phil Slayer, how dare you, Ruck, Pump Action Shotty, Snozzer, Warseeker 9994, Peekapire, Johnny Wood, Frozen Solid, Lady Jade, Sabat, Get Swifty, Griff, Goochman, Akrana, Tebfunk, Fancy Singularity, Scotty, Electus J, Chase, Kairobi, Code Kai, Vionia, Complex Quanta, Mike Freeman, Cole Bacon, Slippy Nips, Walter Bledsoe, Ivory Squat, Flight Gamer, and Fair the Blacker for their support today at the executive producer tiers on Patreon. Thank you for joining me. Subnautica, much to my chagrin, available on the second channel. Oh no, I mean, I was the final episode. Anyway, yeah, you can go watch more of that over there on the second channel coming tomorrow or something like that. Thank you as well to Yummy Demon, Whimsy Calico, Max Diesel, Fair Fright, Frank, Ace of Hearts, Skunkalope, Lacero, Sandy Who Is, Raptor Mother, Chronic Idiocy, Thorn Midwinter, Pair of Pants, Arsene, D'Argent, Volca, and Blue Jay 527. Thank you. It's very warm in here.